right.
So for community, we have Handicap Bankai on Dragon Slayer Braum, Mind Reaver NA on Vi, Do It for Lucky playing TPA Oriana, Nomus Pervitus playing Gangster Twitch, and Ishu on that Triumphant Rise.
Alright, on Riot/community side, we have Riot Sherman as Lee Sin, Zyrene as Yasuo, Riot Thalump as Janna, Corsa Lee as Vayne, and Not Sid as Mundo.
I would have loved to see, not sit on, definitely not Blitzcrank.
I think I like Corporate Mundo. It's a lot better.
Right, so we are in game. Let me fix our champions because I don't make everybody join in LCS order, so that would be really confusing. So we'll have Mundo versus Rise, Lee Sin versus Vi, which is a pretty even. I mean, they both have decent pre-6 ganks. They both have really good level 6 ganks, and they both can duel really well in the jungle. It really just depends on actually who's landing their Q ability on deciding who's going to win that fight. I do expect a very safe start early on here. Nobody has a really good level 1. It's really the supports that are good at level 1. So you have the Janna Tornado and the Braum passive, essentially. That are the Shining Stars, but Riot looking like they want to get over here really quick, and early ward from Mind Reaver will make sure that nobody jumps in here too quickly.
Yeah. There's a ward down in mid lane. I think they were going to go try to invade until that ward was placed, so now everybody's just protecting their jungle.
Well, I think the ward that was in mid lane, that might be really close to being Envision a tower. It's probably just barely out of it.
Yes.
But if they were watching, they probably could have seen it been placed. Even with a little bit of Fog of War that's right there. But it's a very defensive early ward. Oriana just kind of sitting out there next to it right now. Gonna help Leash. And they warded over the Dragon Pit, which is another really interesting ward. I think they just want a solid idea that, yes, Vi will be starting red. So both junglers will go double buff, hit level 3, and then go up top for that early gank. Or maybe we'll see some craziness. We'll see a level 2 gank bottom. Definitely easy to catch people off. It used to be the thing, was getting your first buff, hit level 2, and then go gank the closest lane. But the way the jungle meta changed around in the early wards, it kind of stopped that level 2 gank because everybody knew where you were going to start. Chad says, I want to see a rider in bronze. Maybe we can do it, Q. There are plenty of riders in bronze.
There are a lot of riders in bronze. Actually, the majority of riders are in silver. I don't remember, but somebody at Riot told me that.
Yes, the majority of them are in silver. A lot of them have been playing the game for a long time, but some of them play the game just as they...
Join Riot?
Yeah, just as they join Riot. And there's actually some people that work at Riot, and one of their jobs is to simply teach Rioters how to play the game. And how to be better at it. Yeah. Riot the Flash is one of the educators. Lots of education around it, not just saying this is how you rush level 2 in the bottom lane. And once these minions die, you go all in. And they're gonna hit level 2 at the exact same time, so we won't see an advantage down bottom. They pretty much cleared it out as quickly as possible. In the mid lane, a little bit of harass going both ways. Ooh, Zyrene getting the best of Do It for Lucky right there with a really good trade. But I think he's used up all his dashes, so he'll probably play passive a little bit until the next wave comes.
No, he's
maybe
still
not.
Hard.
He's going all in.
First blood.
He doesn't have Ignite. He does get the heal, though. Doesn't want to use Exhaust. He probably could have gotten the flash out of Do It for Lucky if he had popped the Exhaust on there. But he's going to draw some attention to himself in this mid lane. You can see Mind Reaver being very stealthy.
Waiting for that gank opportunity.
Yeah, doesn't really see one because he did kind of back off. And he's a pretty high level player, so he knows that, hey, Vi hasn't shown up top, even though top is really pushed. Hasn't shown up bottom.
And she's going in right now, actually. Nope.
Yeah, he just walks away. So she's going to go get her wraiths and a ping that she was here. And now Do It for Lucky, out of potions, almost out of mana, needs to be really careful. And bot lane has been very, very passive thus far. Braum's been looking to start a fight, but hasn't landed the Winter's Bite. I almost said Frostbite, and that didn't sound right. But the Winter's Bite hasn't connected quite yet.
He's definitely going to have to build up some mana before he can fully engage on them, though, because he keeps missing his attacks to do so with.
Yeah, I typically like to, wait for the minions to almost be cleared out, like that last wave of, and then go in for a safeguard, so you can almost guarantee that you land the Winter's Bite. In the mid lane, we can see... Nope, Lee Sin decided he didn't want to go. He is going to go rotate up to the top side. He's pinged that he's on his way. He could run straight there if he doesn't pause in the bush. They could catch Ishu out right here. He has the ward. The Q's going to land. He goes in on it. And he's just going to take a massive amount of... That was a crazy amount of damage right there. He must not...
I don't think that was worth it for him.
No, he must not be rocking any MR in his runes. Ishu started with the early Sapphire Crystal, so 200 mana adds damage to that overload, and that was a big chunk taken off Lee Sin, whose first gank attempts on both sides have failed. And we might see a while for first blood. They might have to wait for level 6 to come out.
I have a feeling it's probably going to be mid lane because Irene keeps being pretty aggressive.
Yeah, now that Orianna's out of mana and she's forced to use her mana to farm from range, she really can control the rest of that lane. But when he hits 6, it might be the all-in he's looking for. Mind Reaver's come to the mid lane, probably going to help cover it. We'll do it for Lucky goes back to buy, but that'll give Zareen the experience advantage.
Oh. It looks like Braum still hasn't found a really good opportunity to engage bot lane.
Mind Reaver actually trading with Zareen in the mid lane, even though he's level 6. Not afraid to put her fist to work. Fist v shield. Yeah, this is probably one of the tamest Riot Vs Community games. I don't think I've ever seen them go to like... No, we've had one. I think that went past 10 minutes without a first blood. But they were like hard pushing towers. There were like flashes happening and ults. Just nobody finished off a kill. This is like... Nobody's even had to flash quite yet. I mean, it makes sense because on the bottom lane, Vayne and Twitch both really just want to farm early. They're both very weak in their early games, so it doesn't shock me that down there's really not much happening. Everybody's using a good amount of mana now, except for Twitch, who's been sitting on the majority of his. So Do It For Lucky went back and purchased double cloth armor and boots, so she has a really big advantage in this lane right now.
Although Zareen still hasn't gone back and has a level advantage in that sense.
Yeah, I think the 30 armor will outdo the level advantage that he has right now. Just because, 30 armor at this level is such a high amount of damage reduction that she could just sit there and fight him. Although she might need that armor if she's... I mean, she knows Sherman's there. She has the ward. He's going to back off, take his headphones elsewhere. Maybe he's going to be really cheeky and sneak around to the side here.
He is sneaking around. Oh no, he didn't land it.
I think they're looking for the kick combo.
Yes.
The insect automatic ultimate play. That way you don't have to land a tornado. Because I played Yasuo a couple times, and landed tornadoes is pretty much why I stopped playing him. I'm just really bad at it. And if you can't land those, then you can't win lane.
I'll admit I've only played him in ARAM.
He's a lot more fun in ARAM because usually it's all team fights and you have somebody to combo your ult off. Almost always.
It's true, but not in laning phase, for me anyways. I'm not very good at that with him.
Yeah. I just either don't lead them enough or I lead them too much. Alright, I knock him up, and then I ult him, and their jungler's just like sitting there, and I'm like, ah, this champion sucks. I go all Riot Kobe with my my adjectives.
Top lane seems to be pretty pushed by Rise.
So let's take a look at the CS. How are we doing CS-wise in the matchups right now?
For all the push that Rise is getting on Mundo, he's still a little bit behind on CS. And
he's also used his TP.
And Sherman is coming in. Oh, he got the kick off.
Got the kick onto the tower. First blood. What a
awesome.
Good kick from Sherman right there. Sherman actually almost died. He was like a 0.2 seconds from taking an overload to the face and making that a 1-for-1. And it was almost very telling, because I think Not said he ulted a little early. But Ishu just didn't even see him coming up with the ward right there. And there's an ult on a mid lane. The combo goes out, but it's not enough. And Zyrene goes back in after landing a double tornado to trade back some damage. But no kills happening there. They did get the flash out of Zyrene.
They did, but Orianna's a little bit low on mana and half health.
That's the tough part about going back with double cloth armor is your lane sustain is really, really hurt. She does have blue buff, though, so she's going to get a good amount of that back.
But he's pretty much at full health again, so the gank with both ults used, was it worth it? I don't think so. Oh,
No,
he's going
and
back.
they're pretty even on CS as well, so the big CS advantage, though, is top lane and bottom lane, one going either way right now. So Twitch farming a little bit better, and it looks like they got the slow. Oh, Bankai wants to go in, but Twitch isn't there and ready to fight. He's going to ult. He gets the slow on them, but while she's invisible. And there's a good Janna ult into the tower. Notice Pervertus is going 1v1 right now. Bankai not jumping on the Vayne. Oh, no. Mind Reaver's here. A flash from Serm to come in. Mind Reaver taking a tower hit, going down. And that's going to be a 2-for-1. And Vayne ended up dying anyways to the Twitch poison. So, oh, that was a very... I don't think he wanted that kick. I don't think he wanted to really ride that one in. But a little bit of a misplay, it looked like, from Braum down bottom. If Braum had switched his focus to Vayne, got that extra auto attack off, probably could have got Twitch out of there alive, but
yeah, I think he took a little bit too much damage too at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because Twitch wasn't ready.
Janna, though, too.
Yeah, that ultimate from Janna was pretty good. I did tell you, Riot Vs is pretty good at his Janna.
Yeah, she did have to use Flash, all the summoners being burnt down in the bottom lane from everybody. The only one that hasn't used their Flash this game, I think, is Do It For Lucky in this mid lane. He's still been sitting on that. Sherman had to actually flash in to kind of save the 3v3 that was happening right there in the bottom lane.
However, Do It For Lucky no longer has their blue buff and is out of mana, so they're not able to farm quite as well as they were earlier on.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be pushed out of lane because she does have the... He keeps pushing the lane. I mean, he keeps it pretty much up to the tower, just like Ishu is in the top lane. Except Ishu has been susceptible to a gank thus far. Now, when I play the Mundo and I'm playing versus an AP top, that's my favorite day because you get to go right for a Spirit Visage, which synergizes so well with your passive and your ultimate. That I feel like it makes you such a stronger champion. And here we are with another gank. Sherman going to kick him towards the river. That's going to be good enough. Resonating Strike lands. Another kill as Lee Sin now has 75% kill participation and is 2-0-1. So locking down the early kills for Lee Sin. Going to make him a little bit more of a force to be reckoned with. The trade's going on in the bottom lane, back and forth. And now, of course, he's going to jump in here onto the Twitch, who doesn't have his ult ready. He's going to get the stun off. No, he doesn't. They still almost win the 2v2. Bankai trying to go 1v1 with the Vayne, who's very low. The poison's ticking. She's rolling health pots, though. He lands the skill shot, and that is going to be a 2-for-1 exchange, which looked like there was no chance that was going to happen halfway through that fight until Twitch finally popped the rat-a-tat-tat, got the damage down, and picked up one of the 2 kills down there in the bottom. Do it for Lucky, gonna get engaged on. Just gonna be harass. He's like when I play Yasuo. If I get a tornado, I'm ulting. Who cares? I wanna just wanna knock me down. Oh, he goes all in with the Shiv. Gets another knock up. The heal comes out. Ultimate to the tower, and there is Vi.
Hit by Orianna.
Oh my gosh. Perfect timing. You know, you would think that Orianna would have the perfect timing with all the clockwork, but oh no, Riot Sherman is there. She's gonna dodge the Q. He missed it. She's gonna slow him. Vi comes back around and picks up 2 kills underneath Orianna's tower. She just looked.
Irene has disconnected.
Oh, he did disconnect. Maybe he was lagging. That's what it was. It was
I know Riot Sherman has been lagging problems like all night. So
there have been server issues tonight. I did see some posts and things about that, so that might be part of the issue. Let me turn up the master volume. Oh, there's the pause. All right. So we will have a little bit of pause, and it was interesting that Vi actually came back around in time. I think that if Sherman had landed the resonating strike, he probably could have got the kill. Still would have died, but would have at least been able to pick up the kill in a 1-for-1 exchange. But currently 5-5, about 1,000 gold going the way of the Riot side right now. And that's mainly due to the First Blood, I believe, and then a little bit due to CS. I think Lee Sin has been able to pick up, you know, it says he has 6 more minions, but I don't think there are any lane minions involved, where Vi was covering mid lane for a while. So I think she's a lot further behind than it looks because of how much more the jungle minions are worth versus the lane minions. But we're back in the game. Zyrene had a quick disconnect. Didn't take very long at all.
They're being very nice to each other in chat. Just reading through that.
I have chat turned off just in case. Shoutcast at other tournaments and stuff like that, so, you know, they're not always nice to each other.
I think your community games tend to be pretty nice, though.
They're fairly nice. We have had toxic players in the past, though. That has happened.
For sure.
But typically not the case, especially when you're playing... I mean, you could be playing on a full community team versus Rioters and still be really toxic to your team.
That's true.
You would be the wiser.
They just pinged, I think Vi's going in for a gank at bot lane, but Janna just placed a ward down, so...
Perfect timing from Billump right there. Didn't really have any vision or anything at all, just knew that Vi hadn't been on the map for very long. He's going to be able to take out this ward. Wasn't very difficult for Bankai to do that at all. Janna doesn't have much in the auto attack department. She's all utility. Oh, but the mid lane, Zyrene's gonna come up behind, do it for Lucky. They're going to get the Wombo combo in there, but we have an ult from Vi. No, the TP came in, and nobody wanted to go for it. I thought that Vi, her ult just coming off cooldown. Assault and Battery's up right now, but it's going to be a 1-0 exchange in that mid lane. And there's that the kick combo we were talking about. The face check from Notsid might be a really bad idea. They get a good wind wall. He ults, and it's going to save him. But a very, very close to being a rough face check.
Yeah, it was an extremely rough face check. And then he just kept going.
Zyrene now with the blue buff. They're up by 1 kill, about 2,000 gold, and I'd expect a dragon play to come out fairly soon. You can see that Riot is actually invested in some pink wards, one of which is going to get cleared out right now by Ishu as he roams back up to the top lane and continues to push that tower. But no tower is really taking a lot of damage in this game thus far. Everybody really keeping the minions, you know, even when the lane's pushed, clearing it out really, really quickly. And it looks like Twitch and Braum really trying to assert themselves a little bit more now. Billump is out of mana, so now's the time to fight. They're being very aggressive, trading auto attacks. Lee Sin is in the wings, though, so we could see a 3v2.
And they're pinging So I think they're gonna have a gank. Yep.
Oh, good tornado. Twitch in a lot of trouble, takes crazy amount of damage. A little bit late on the ult from Bankai right there. He's going to get some knockups, though. Doesn't get stunned into the wall, but it will be a double kill for Riot Sherman. Lee Sin picking up 4 kills now, and those are the pings coming down for Dragon. It should be a free Dragon. There's no TP to be had out of Rise, who's been taking too many clears to the face lately anyways. And that'll be a big gold lead right here for Riot as they crest into this mid-game.
And they're gonna probably get the Dragon without any issue. Yep.
Oh, I was thinking about it.
Oh no.
Now she's kind of in a hard place. She doesn't have flash. They're going to ult in. They have a lot of damage from the other side here. Oh, a Janna ult might be enough to save her. Just barely. Vayne will live through that one. And that was a very close. Zareen flashing over the wall. Goes on to do it for Lucky. The ult is there. Slams her down. Has the exhaust. Janna has followed up, but nobody else has. Another tornado will land. But a very early Zhonya's being there. And here comes Twitch with the spray and pray rat-a-tat-tat.
Oh, man.
And Braum secures the kill right there. Very good kill.
Was definitely out for blood, but it didn't work out for him in the end.
Yeah, he might have thought he had a little bit more follow-up, because everybody else is like, peace, we got the dragon, want to go spend all this gold that's weighing us down here in the rift. But surprising to see, fairly high CS numbers actually. Higher than your typical game. As top lane both heading up towards the 150 mark are already there. Same with mid lane. Bot lane a little bit behind, but they've had the most action in their lane. There have been a lot of kill or be killed happening in the bottom lane. And unfortunately for Vayne, she has 5 assists, but not the kills. And Pervitus actually going to pop the stealth, sees that Lee Sin's coming. Lee Sin very blind right here, finally finds him. Will they be able to get this kill right here? Another auto attack from Vayne, picks up that one. The shield wasn't in the right direction, and he wasn't able to save that poor little rat. And that's going to be a kill picked up for Lee Sin
Riot
still.
Sherman again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's got a Hydra completed right now. He's going to have a lot of mid-game damage.
Doing extremely well.
Now it's his job to carry. You get everybody on the back of Lee Sin.
Get in his backpack, please.
A little bit of back and forth. Now they do have a pretty good late game engagement going through the mid lane, but wow, Zareen really getting hammered in that there, and has to just kind of run away and start chugging the health pots. Do it for Lucky. Now has the Zhonyas, so it's really difficult to follow up with a lot of damage after ulting somebody. Simply because your last breath gives you 50% armor pen, but if they Zhonyas right after, that falls off and you don't get to follow up with all that extra damage. I'm actually not sure how long last breath lasts. Oh, it's 15 seconds. So it's quite a bit of time.
It's a decent amount of time.
Not going to be mitigated just by Zhonyas, but... A little bit of a lull.
We still haven't had any towers down, actually. I just noticed that.
Yeah, really, like I said, there wasn't a lot of damage even done. I think bottom tower took about half health after that last engagement. Do it for Lucky. The spider sense is tingling because he's standing on a ward. And Riot Sherman thinking, well, did she just check the brush? Or did she know I was there? He doesn't know. He's just trying to feel it out. And we have a TP down bot lane as the 3v3 happens right here. Not Sid. Oh, he's going to get in here. And it's a lot of damage coming down right now. Mundo just going where he pleases. Handicap Bankai trying to focus. Rise will come in. He's trying to put the damage down onto Corselli here. Ishu just can't close the gap in time. Now he's getting some damage onto Janna. But Mundo chasing away Mind Reaver, who if he takes the cleaver, no! The briefcase takes him out. Ishu now in a really rough spot. Lee Sin picking up another kill down in this bottom lane. And he's now 6-1-3 on a rampage. And this will be the first tower of the game for Riot side.
22 minutes.
Yeah, 23-minute first tower. But now they're up by about 8,000 gold. And this should be the point where they start to group up and take towers. They really just need to rotate around the map as 5, take towers, and if anybody gives them any flack, they just dive them. That's it.
Yeah, and they're an extremely strong team, and both Sherman and Zyrene have really, really good positioning, and Riot Vs has had just amazing ults, so I feel like their team fight is extremely strong.
Do it for Lucky, a good dodge in the mid lane. They are pushing this up, though. One thing about Riot Sherman at this point in the game is he could probably just split push. With that Ravenous Hydra, he could clear lanes very fast, and right now the 1v1 potential for most people is just not going to be... You really can't contest a 6-1 Lee Sin at this point in the game. Alright, Sherman looking to set up something. He has the ward to jump to. Right on top of her. There it is. He's going to get the slow. He misses the Q, though. Handicap Bankai is there to help. No one with Pervitus is there. There's a good Orianna ult getting the carry and the support in the back lane. Will they go and fight this? They decide to back up. Oh, a knock-up on a Do It for Lucky. A great ult from Riot Sherman. Will they be able to save her? She's going to go down. Lee Sin picking up another kill. There's an ult from Ron with 1 knock-up. Vayne wants a kill onto his Twitch. She tumbles. Not enough for the last Silver Bolts proc as Mind Reaver and A taking a little bit of damage. Gonna go back in. It might have been a bad idea. She gets an ult down onto Zyrene, but this is gonna be a 4 for 0 in the 5-man mid push. They're gonna get a couple towers off of this one. Ryze able to push, counter push in the top lane. Didn't have TP up to make it to that fight. And that was probably just not the fight that you wanted. After Ori blew that ultimate, they really didn't have anything to fear in diving that tower, and they might go for a 3rd tower.
They are definitely going to get a 3rd tower out of this, and probably Inhibitor, and now they have a 10k gold lead. This game is definitely looking in Riot favor.
So they will get the first Inhibitor at 25 minutes. First tower went down at 23 minutes. So 2 minutes later, and an Inhib is down after the first tower. They're going to rotate back to Dragon. Probably pick that one up. They could contest. They don't have enough people to be able to make it over the wall, though. So I think they're going to die way too fast when you do anything about it. Ishu does want to start a fight right here. Sherman's going to jump right in. Ishu in the front line. They really need some follow-up here, but it's just not there. Sid has his ultimate back up. He's going to continue this fight, and they're all a little scared. Nobody's going in too far. A 5-man shockwave, and everybody turns around as the Janna ultimate is going to get railed. She's going to go down first. Handicap Bankai really low. Vayne in the backline doing a lot of damage. A good Zhonya's. Zyrene, the next target, he will go down, but Do It for Lucky's going to fall here, and it's going to be a 5 for 2 exchange. I mean, you don't get much better than that Ori ultimate, and they might, I think, push to try to end the game. We have Ryze up, but only, 17 to 25 seconds before the rest of the team actually rises back up, and nobody decides to go for it.
I actually think they could have at least gotten 1 Inhibitor tower out of that, so...
Yeah, I didn't know if they wanted to chance it too much. So Riot Sherman once again with the damage, probably sitting on a boatload of gold right now. 5,500 gold. Everybody on the Riot side has so much gold. 3.5k, 5.5k, 3k. Janna just spent over 2,000 gold. So this is really disheartening when you see somebody lose a fight like that, and then you realize that they had almost 10,000 unspent gold in their pockets. So the brakes are on for Community. They're going to try and just go full defensive here. They really need to get a ward up on Baron to hope for a bad Baron play on the Riot side. Billump taking a lot of damage while he wards right here. Mind Reaver going all in on this one. Billump very low, but it looks like Vayne is here. Billump's super low. The Summoner heal will save his life. And Ishu in the bottom side here doesn't have anything to get past that wind wall, and they're going to turn around onto Twitch, and this is bad news.
I just do not see a way for Blue Community side to get back into this game at this point.
They almost had to pick onto Janna, but they didn't have 2 people there when it started. Ryze wasn't in a position to follow up, and they could have taken out Janna really, really quickly. But now it's the 2-man defense. Handicap Bankai taking a lot of damage as Zyrene actually going to ult right here. I don't think it's going to end up in a kill. He will go all the way in, picks up one kill. Do it for Lucky, going to get knocked up.